Hello Rocket League and/or Monstercat fans. If you're a fan of both, that makes it even better. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a very special video today. If you didn't know, Monstercat is currently celebrating their 10-year anniversary this week, and in Rocket League they just dropped a fan pack full of player anthems. One of them is for 1,000 credits, and that includes 9 player anthems and 1 title, whereas there's a free pack which includes just 1 player anthem and a banner. Now, normally on this channel, I would probably just rank the 10 songs from worst to best, but I've probably done that before for these 10 songs, so instead, I'm going to do something a bit different. Instead, I'm going to go through each track individually and rate them both as a song and as a player anthem. And because this is DC Ranks, at the end of the video, I am going to show a list of the songs from worst to best both as songs and as player anthems. Alright, I think that's enough intro for today. Let's just get started. Alright, we're just going to go in alphabetical order here. So the first song up is All I Need by Slushy. Now, this song came out right about when free-to-play dropped last year for Rocket League. I think it was like mid-September of 2020. And for a while, this became like the main theme of Rocket League. You would see memes of this all the time. Like, I'm sure you guys can think of like when they got the cars and then they edit in like a Photoshop ball. Did they hit and then they play this song? So yeah, they were kind of funny for a while. They kind of got old, but this was definitely the theme of Rocket League for a while. Now, as an actual song, for me on my list, I would probably give this about a 7 out of 10, meaning I'd put it in my like larger playlist to shuffle through every once in a while. Like, it wouldn't come up that often because it's kind of replayable, but I kind of got tired of it considering it was the Rocket League intro for a while, and the only way I would describe the song is catchy. That's about all it's got going for it because a lot of issues are there, like mixing issues and stuff. The vocal chops are very catchy though, so it would be a 7 out of 10. Now, as a player anthem, it can be fun to troll people with this, but it doesn't really like get you hyped up after you score a goal or something, like you want to dominate your opponent. So as a meme, this is pretty good. I'd probably give it like, I'll probably give it another 7 out of 10 as a player anthem, honestly. Okay, next up we have the very infamous Alone by Marshmello. Now, if you're a Monstercat community fan, I'm sure most of you hate this song just for the fact of how big and mainstream Marshmello is, and this was his only song on the label. And it's just a mediocre trap song to me. Honestly, it would probably get like a 6 out of 10. I feel like it's a little bit overhated just because people hate Marshmello, but it's not terrible. It's alright. It's not like one I'd come back to that often. It's just a pretty average trap song with some weird vocal chops. So yeah, I'd get a 6 out of 10 from me. Now, as an anthem, this would also be a troll for people. People could get triggered hearing Marshmello after they get scored on, but it's not as funny as All I Need by Slushy because that song was mainly accepted by the whole Rocket League community. Alone, basically, if people are Marshmello fans and they hear it, they're gonna be like, oh wow, Marshmello. If you're not a fan of Marshmello, you're probably just gonna get triggered. So as an anthem, this one's not very high. It's probably like a 4 or 5. I'll decide at the end, but for right now it's between a 4 and a 5. Alright, next up we got Are We Still Young by Grant. Now, if you've been following me for a while on this channel, you know that Grant is my favorite Monstercat artist, so I definitely love this song. It's just a classic future bass Grant song, feel good. The vocals are great. It's just super catchy all around. I love it. So as a song, this is an easy 10 out of 10 for me. So replayable, such a fun time. Definitely give it a listen if you haven't. Now, as a player anthem, I don't think this works as well as when you're just casually listening to the song on your own time. It's pretty pompous and it feels a little bit awkward after you score, but it's still good nonetheless. If the song's a 10 out of 10, then as a player anthem, I'd probably give it about an 8. Alright, next up we got the king of all memes on Monstercat. It's Rave. Now, this song got immensely popular thanks to being an April Fool's Day release. I think it's the most played song on the Monstercat Instinct YouTube channel right now, which is pretty impressive. It's got like over 100 million views or something like that. Now, a lot of people just find this as a meme. They don't really think about it as an actual song to listen to. But as an actual song, this is actually super catchy. It's a great tropical house vibe, and it's just fun all around. I feel that this song gets overlooked and just looked at as a meme. But as an actual song, it's pretty good, and I think it's good enough to get a 9 out of 10 for me. Now, as a player anthem, I think this is also going to have to get a 9 out of 10 from me. It's just such a great meme. Like, if you get scored on and you hear Crab Rave, you're not going to be mad. You're probably going to smile about it. So it's just fun for everyone, whoever's using it, whoever gets scored on. So yeah, this is going to be a 9 out of 10. Coming in next is the free player anthem in this pack. It's Disconnected by Pegboard Nerds. Now, this is an absolute classic on the label. I can't believe this is from 2012. I mean, it's aged so well. Such a great electro house tune. Such a great melody. Just very fun to listen to again. Very replayable. And as a song, it's held up pretty well. I think I'm going to have to give this like an 8 out of 10, somewhere in there. Now, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but when I had this player anthem equipped, I scored like the most goals out of any of these when I was recording them. Might just be a coincidence, but because of that, I just find this to be a fun player anthem. It's catchy. I keep using the word catchy, but it is. And it's just a nice vibe when you score. It pumps you up a little bit, but it makes you relax and be confident. So maybe I'm getting too deep with this, but yeah, I'm going to have to give this a 9 out of 10. Next one up is Everything Black by Unlike Pluto. Now, when I first started listening to Monstercat, one of the first things I heard was this song actually, and I think it was when I was listening to Uncaged Volume 1. And for a while, I had this song on repeat. It was really addicting to me, and I loved it for a long time. Vocals are very unique. Sound design is also unique, and I think this was Unlike Pluto's last song in the label. And he had some really unique songs, honestly. But as a song itself, it grew off a ton on me. I haven't really heard this in a while. Didn't really have any desire to hear it for a while. It's still solid, just kind of got gimmicky to me, kind of got old. So as a song, this is probably just around a 7 range for me. Now the player anthem, the actual part they used is kind of strange. Like I get it's the drop, but the drop is very like risey, fally, if you know what I mean. And it's not very satisfying to hear after you score a goal. Like it doesn't really pump you up, doesn't really get you hyped. It kind of leaves you unsatisfied, like I said, with the rise and fall. So I'm going to have to give this probably a 6 out of 10. Next up, we got a very iconic house tune by Vicetone, and that's Nevada. Now, I myself personally hate TikTok and don't use it, but I swear I saw somewhere that this became huge on TikTok for a while. If that's true, I find that kind of sad, but also kind of bittersweet because it gets more exposure, I guess. But people probably didn't even know this was on Monstercat, the people that hear it on TikTok anyway. Now, as a house song, it's just absolutely iconic. There's really nothing wrong with it. The vocals are fantastic. You love the lead. I mean, there's a reason Vicetone has made a lot of songs that are similar sounding to this. They're trying to replicate it, but they just can't do it as well as this original. So as a song, this is another 10 out of 10 for me. It's pretty much flawless. As a player anthem, this is actually really satisfying to the ears when you hear it after you score. You just feel like you did something, like you accomplished something, you know? It's just got that really specific vibe to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just the way the bass is, how it sounds. So I'm going to have to give this one another 9 out of 10. Next up, we got an interesting one. It's Potions by Slander and Said the Sky featuring JT Roach. Now, my first impressions of this song came after the giant remix package last year because I started my YouTube channel like right before that remix package came up. So I listened to all those and made a video on it, and I definitely did not have fun doing that because most of the remixes were trash, no offense. But after hearing the original, it's actually pretty good. It's not really my taste. Like, me personally, I like things that are faster most of the time. I'd have to be in the mood for something like this because it's pretty slow, future-based drops. But it's decent nonetheless, so honestly, I'm just going to give it the decent category for my scale, which is just about a 6 out of 10. It's alright. As a player anthem, though, this is pretty boring to me. Like I said, it might just be personal preference. I don't want to hear something super slow like this after I score. The drops are just way too sluggish to me. So this is right in line with around Alone by Marshmello. It's kind of, okay, well, Alone can be triggering to people. Potions isn't really, just kind of like lackluster. So yeah, this is another 5 out of 10 for me. While a couple of these choices to be player anthems for the 10-year anniversary is a bit iffy to me, this next one definitely isn't. This is one of the most iconic happy hardcore songs on the label, and is Stronger by Stonebank with ML. Now, this was also one of my very first favorite songs on the label I heard, and it hasn't fallen off not one bit for me over the couple of years I've been listening to Monstercat. Now, the melody is perfect, and that's what you need for a happy hardcore song. The vocals by Emel definitely hype you up. And as a song, this is an easy 10 out of 10 for me. It's one of Stonebank's best. Aged very well from being from like 2015, I think. So yeah, this is pretty much the perfect happy hardcore song. There are a couple better ones in his discog, The Pressure. But yeah, this is great. Now as a player anthem, spoiler alert, this is my personal favorite out of the 10 we got. Something about it, man. Like, it just hypes you up, amps you up so well. Makes you feel motivated to score again because you want to hear it. It's just perfect. The happy hardcore, something about it, man. It just works. So this is an easy 10 out of 10 for me. Alright, last but not least, we got We Won't Be Alone by Faint with Laura Brem. Now, if you're a part of the MC community, you know that a lot of people complain about Faint's mixing issues with his D&B, but here, I don't find any. Like, honestly, this is lightning in a bottle for him. This is one of his best D&B songs on the label. Something about it, just super chill, but also upbeat, because D&B obviously. But yeah, and Laura Brem's vocals definitely add a great touch. Now, I had this on repeat for a while, but I did grow tired of it a little bit. It used to probably be in the 9 to 10 range, but for me it's gone down a little bit. I'd still give it an 8. It's really solid. Now as a player anthem, for D&B, I think it's a little restrained. I would like it to be more in your face, but it's a little too chill. Like, the melodies are kind of subtle. So for me it's probably just around a 7 for a player anthem, but still a really good song nonetheless. Alright, that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. We're trying to reach 500 subs by the end of July, and I will do a face reveal. Alright, peace.